Hi, everyone. So with Sox season upon us, YouAttest wanted to bring on a Sox expert to help our customers through this audit season. We have Shannon Noonan, who's the CEO of HiNoon Consulting today. So welcome, Shannon.
Thank you for having me, Ashley. Looking forward to chatting.
Of course. So at the very top, so what is a Sox audit?
A SOX audit. SOX audits are fun for everyone. They are audits that are required as part of a publicly traded company. So SOX audits are going through the controls of the organization, whether a financial control or an IT control, to verify that you have them in place.
So how does it relate to an organization's IT deployment?
IT deployment. So you have to make sure, if it's a financial system, that you have what they call IT general controls in place. And those IT general controls cover key areas such as like change management, user access, utilities, so on and so forth, which are making sure that you have controls in place over the financial data as well as the financial system. So how does it relate? You're making sure that a key system or an IT system has proper controls in place so that you're securing the financial data and that you're not having any fraudulent activities around your financial data.
So what is the identity portion of the Sox audit?
The identity portion is covered usually under what they call your user controls. So this is anywhere that ranges from your password or authorization into a system. So that's a username and password. You're adding and removing users based off of roles-based or least privilege, and even doing a periodic review of user access review. So that is looking at your listing of users and verifying that they have the right access based off of their roles and their jobs.
Perfect. So we talk a lot about internal auditors and external auditors. So what is the relationship between the two in the SOX audit?
Internal audit and external audits relationship really depends on the type of the company it is. If you have an internal audit that is truly internal audit, reports to the audit committee, they do independent audit work, there's this thing called reliance mechanism, of which the external auditors can rely upon the internal audit's testing and evidence that they collect. So where they relate to each other is how they work together. So your internal audit is clearly a team that's within the organization, and they're looking at your internal audit controls. And that could be for internal audits that are operational audits, or it could be for your SOX audits. Your external auditors are looking from the outside. They're auditors that are coming in and looking at your information. And that could be in the sense of your financial data, like a Sarbanes-Oxley audit, a PCI audit, so on and so forth. There's a bunch of other audits. But in regards to SOX, you have this ability to do a reliance mechanism where the external auditors can work with internal audit to rely upon what they've done for testing and making sure that the controls are in place.
So a tool like YouAttest, so YouAttest automates and conducts a complete user access review with full documentation of all the steps. Would that be a great tool for the internal auditors for a SOX audit?
Yes, actually be a very good tool. And it would be a good tool for internal audit, but also for management, because management can use it to do their periodic reviews, whether that's monthly, quarterly, daily, however it is being done. And then what internal audit does is they rely on the evidence that's coming out of those reviews and out of the system. So they can easily export that data into PDF to show that the review was completed and when it was completed with a time and date stamp. They can also go into the system and see how it's pulling in all the users to do the review. So it is actually a really good tool to centralize those user listings for internal audit to leverage, as well as seeing who has access and is the access active.
Perfect. So let's wrap it up. So Shannon, you've been super insightful. So how can people get in touch with you?
How can people get in touch with me? So you can reach out to me, Shannon at HNTC.io. And I look forward to hearing from all of you.
And we here at YouAttest can be reached at youattest.com, or you can write us just at info@youattest.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.